Good morning. We just wrapped up our live coverage on GMJ of the damage left over from the protests that later turned to rioting. And I want to recap some of what Shelby and I saw downtown this morning. Let's start right here. This is where a man who works with Downtown Vision found this canister when he was cleaning up. And cleaning really became the story as the hours went by, because instead of just hearing cars going by, birds chirping, you started hearing garbage cans being rolled around, sweeping, and saws, because some people were trying to board up windows. This right here, what you're looking at, is from the Jesse Ball DuPont Center. I talked to a guy who was just walking his dog, and he said, this is pretty sad because this building houses nonprofits. And then across the street, we've got some damage here as well. I'll show you. And you can really trace where the people who were damaging the buildings were walking, because as you go from Bay Street towards the Supervisor of Elections office on Monroe, you can see where people threw rocks through windows and things like that. And again, let's recap. It started as a very peaceful protest. There were families there, kids. That was right outside JSO. It had about 1,200 people. Then people with the Northside Coalition left, and about 200 people stuck around. That's where it became violent, and the police chief says that a JSO officer was stabbed in the neck. So we also talked to protesters. Of course, they don't want all of the coverage of damage to get the true meaning of why they're out there lost. Of course, that is to protest police brutality, George Floyd's death, and they also want to shed light on the cases here where black men are killed. So there's another protest scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning, and we're going to be covering that as well. So be sure to stay tuned and stay safe out there.